इसमें वो नहीं आ रहा सर वीडियो नहीं आ रहा तेरा दिन नहीं होता छड्डा ऑडियो भी चलाइए
सर एक मिनट ना मुझे अब उसमें जाओ JKJ स्टडी में जाओ देखना 5-2 मिनट
किसमें
JKJ स्टडी करो सच
जे
स्टडी
मैसेज डालो पहले
रुको
उधर बोलो ज्वाइन
एक मिनट रुको एक मिनट लिंक
कौन सी जे स्टडी की
क्या बोलते हैं मीटिंग आईडी क्या है सर एक मीटिंग आईडी बताना मेरे को
मीटिंग आईडी तो सर मीटिंग कराई जो बात कर
एक मिनट क्या कहाँ है
मीटिंग आईडी कहाँ
इसकी क्या मीटिंग आईडी है
वो इसमें तो मैंने
Evening
अभी ज्वाइन
study
किया
में
मेरे पास नहीं मीटिंग आईडी
वो है इवनिंग स्टडी कहाँ है
अपने फोन में देखो
रुको, इसमें तो यूट्यूब में जाओ ना यूट्यूब में जाओ सर मेरे को मिल रहा यूट्यूब
ये
ऊपर कर दो सर JKJ स्टडी
जेकेजे स्टडी
हाँ 8 6
जेकेजे
4 2 7 5
स्टडी
सुबह मैसेज बाहर फटाफट मेरे पास भी ज्वाइन
JKJ
नहीं मार
स्टडी
मैं जो बोलूं वो बताओ आप तो ग्रुप है ना हां मैं ग्रुप पे है
जेकेजे स्टडी आ तो गया एक लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग
हाँ खोलो देखना
हो रही है
आवाज आ रही है
जेकेजे स्टडी आ तो गया एक लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग
खोलो देखना
आप ये उठा कर भी इधर बैठ जाओ दूसरे रूम में वॉइस जाएगी ऐसे वॉइस जाएगी सर
हेडफोन लगा लो इसमें
किस पे
बोल भी जाएगी
बोर्ड में से जाएगी
इस पे तक मुझे अच्छा क्यों जाएगा
दिखाना कैसा रहे
अभी मैंने म्यूट किया हुआ है इसका
सुनो ओ भाई आप कौन कर रहे हैं इसको हैंडल कर
वॉल्यूम बढ़ा देना
हैंडल कौन कर रहा है टिक्कों की जगह सुनो ओ भाई आप कौन कर रहे हैं इसको हैंडल कर
वॉल्यूम बढ़ा अपनी माइक
हैंडल
कर
कौन तू कर रहा है कुछ अरे बैठो जाओ जाओ
चल जाओ
उठ जाओ
उठाओ मैं बोल रहा हूँ
इधर गड़बड़ हो जाएगी
ये है साथ में फिर तुम जो लोग बोलो तो तुम लोग जाओ
और स्टार्ट करो थोड़ा सा ना मैं थोड़ा सा वेलकम कर रहा हूँ तेरी हेल्प करने आया मैं
A very good morning to all present here. I welcome Dr. Tajinder Pal Singh, today's resource person. I also welcome Dr. N.N. Sharma sir, my Guruji, Dean Academic of Sri Sai University Palampur. There are some instructions for you participants. You have to create a free account with Mendeley. Download and install free Mendeley software so you can lively work on that.
जो ज्वाइन करना चाहता हूँ लाइव यहाँ से ज्वाइन करा लिंक पेस्ट हो जाएगा
Vipin sir, good morning. Good morning, Ji. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Very good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
A very good
A very
morning.
good morning to all and everyone. आप सभी को आज इस वेबिनार में जुड़ने के लिए मैं एक बार फिर से धन्यवाद करता हूँ। डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ह्यूमन स्टडीज की तरफ से आज हम ये नेशनल वेबिनार ऑर्गेनाइज करने जा रहे हैं, जिसका हमारा मार्ग
इस वेबिनार के रिगार्डिंग कुछ बेसिक जानकारी हमारे जितने भी जुड़े हुए हैं इस वेबिनार में सभी को उसके बारे में बताएं और डिपार्टमेंट के बारे में कुछ कहें। सर, इट्स ओवर टू यू प्लीज।
The Department of Evening Studies, Himachal Pradesh University Shimla, was established in July 1962 as Punjab University Evening College on the recommendation of the University Grant Commission to provide the facility of continuing education to those who can't study in day colleges, especially the less privileged persons and those who take employment after schooling. It became a constituent of Himachal Assess your paper from anywhere online. Read papers on the go with your iPhone or iPad. Mendeley work with Windows, Mac, and Linux. The feedback link will be shared at the end of the webinar, and it is compulsory to fill by all the participants to generate e-certificates. Now, I would like to invite Shri Tikkam Ramji to coordinate the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Vipin sir. कार्यक्रम में जुड़े सभी रिसर्च स्कॉलर, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर एवं विभिन्न कोर्सों से जुड़े स्टूडेंट्स को मैं एक बार फिर से धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगा और फिर से स्वागत करना चाहूंगा इस हमारे नेशनल वेबिनार में। कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं प्रोफेसर उषा शर्मा मैम जो HOD डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इवनिंग स्टडी कॉमर्स के, मैं मैम से आग्रह करता हूँ कि वे हमारे आज के मुख्य वक्ता और भारत के विभिन्न कोनों से जुड़े रिसर्च स्कॉलर पार्टिसिपेंट्स का स्वागत करें। मैम, इट्स ओवर टू यू। उषा मैम प्लीज।
Okay, thank you, Tikam ji. Good morning to everyone. On this webinars जो कंडक्ट किया है सबके लिए मैं सबसे पहले बधाई देना चाहती हूँ और जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स हमारे इस वेबिनार में जुड़े हैं उनको भी मैं दिल से बधाई देना चाहती हूँ और उनका वेलकम करती हूँ। As you are aware that the theme of the webinar is managing literature review and reference using Mendeley. As you all aware that Mendeley is a software with the help of which you can take advantages in your research. So on this topic, Dr. Tejendra Pal Singh, Associate Professor of University Business School, Punjab University, is going to throw light on this topic. So therefore, it is great honor for me to welcome Dr. Tejendra Pal Singh as speaker of this event. Sir, very warm welcome, very आपको दिल से जो है हम वेलकम करते हैं और हम ये सब उम्मीद रखते हैं कि आप जो भी लेक्चर में शावर करेंगे, जो भी अपना लेक्चर देंगे, हम सब उससे बहुत अच्छे बेनिफिटेड होंगे। तो आई एम वेरी मच श्योर सर यू विल एनलाइटन all ends. So now I am going to hand over the platform for further process. Thanking you all.
YouTube लाइव से शुरू करते हैं, हमने उसका लिंक जो है व्हाट्सएप में शेयर कर दिया। हमने ये इन्फॉर्मेशन पहले शेयर कर दी कि पाकिस्तान जो है वो लिमिट रीच कर चुके हैं। तो कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं बुलाना चाहूंगा डॉक्टर अजीत कुमार, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर मैथमेटिक्स। वे हमारे आज की मुख्य वक्ता देंगे। उनका परिचय करवाएं सभी रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स से, जितने भी हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट जुड़े हैं सभी के साथ।
Thank you, Tikam ji. Dr. Tejendra Pal Singh is an associate professor at University Business School, Punjab University, Chandigarh. Dr. Singh is a successful MOOC instructor, having developed and delivered the digital marketing MOOC ranked amongst the top 15 online courses worldwide by the Class Center on the SWAYAM platform of the Ministry of Education, Government of India. He has over 15 years of teaching and research experience in marketing, e-learning, and qualitative research. With a PhD from Punjab University, Patiala, he also served as Editor-in-Chief of International of Marketing and Business Communication. He is a certified professional trainer of qualitative data analysis and published widely in various journals of national and international repute. He has delivered more than 150 lectures at various workshops, seminars, FDPs, conferences, etc. He has also worked on 3 UGC/ICSSR funded projects and developed a MOOC course for Commonwealth of Learning, Canada, on social media marketing. Dr. Singh was twice invited by Nottingham Business School, Nottingham, Trent University, UK, to participate in Global Responsibility Week to interact with the students on the topic promoting responsible consumption, a pivotal role of social media. Thank you, sir, and welcome you, sir. It's over to you, Tikam, sir.
थैंक यू। हम आज के इस कार्यक्रम आगे बढ़ाएं। इससे पहले हम डॉक्टर एन शर्मा, डीन एकेडमिक एंड मैनेजमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी पालनपुर, तो हम आपका बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहते हैं। आपका लगातार कॉपरेशन में मिलता रहा और आपकी गाइडेंस से ये आज का वेबिनार जो है सफल बना है। और साथ धन्यवाद करना चाहेंगे हमारे जो डिपार्टमेंट के प्रिंसिपल है प्रोफेसर मीनाक्षी बोल रहे हैं और जितने भी सीनियर प्रोफेसर जो है जिनके गाइडेंस लगातार मिलती थी। सर अब मैं आगे कार्यक्रम को उठाते हुए बुलाना चाहूंगा डॉक्टर तजेंद्र पाल सिंह जी, जिनका परिचय अभी डॉक्टर अजीत ने करवाया है। सर एक ओवर प्लीज।
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. First of all, good morning to all the faculty members, researchers, and those who have joined here for today's webinar from different parts of the country. And indeed, it is my privilege to share my experience and knowledge with the experienced faculty members as well as with the budding researchers. Sir told me that there are more than 300 participants, but I can see the house is already full. That shows that how researchers are eager to learn about new platforms related to the research itself. So as the introduction to today's topic has already been shared by Dr. Vipin and Dr. Tikam, that today we are going to talk about the Mendeley software, right? So let me share my screen so that I can formally start with today's proceedings. Sir, one confirmation from your side that my screen is visible and I am properly audible, so that in between there is no disturbance.
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, as I told you that the topic that I'm going to discuss today, it is about managing the literature as well as the references or bibliography with the help of the Mendeley. Now, I'm sharing my experience as a researcher, as an editor, that whenever we receive any paper from the researchers for the purpose of publication in our journal, sometimes even before looking at the title of the paper, I always go to the reference section. If I found that, okay, references are in order, then I start reading that paper, I start reviewing that paper. But if I feel that references are not in order or researcher has missed few of the references which were cited in the paper itself, then straightway we take the decision that, okay, the researcher hasn't put the efforts to produce a quality work. Basically, what I want to say here, the reference is or a bibliography is an important section of your paper. Sometimes you work hard, you can spend a lot of time to write your paper or to your article. But if we are not serious about the reference section, then we can expect that it may lead to you can spend a lot of time rejection of our paper or to your article. But if we are not serious about the reference section, then we can expect that it may that those even today rejection of other paper or it's very challenging. But if we are not serious about the reference section, then we can expect that it still those even today rejection of other paper or it's very challenging. But if we are not serious about the reference section, then we can expect that it still that how to enter the data, how to bring the articles here, and how to use it. And I'm sure that after the session, you will never write your reference manuals. You will always use the manual of that.
ये साउंड किसका आ रहा है? थोड़ा कम कर दूंगा.
Or writing of the thesis, or writing of any report, wherever we have to give the references. Right? So, sir has already told you that what reference is, right? Or sorry, what Mendeley is, that what purpose we are using it. But as a researcher, I should be very clear about the terminology that is being used in the context what purpose we are using it. So we know that what is a reference, why do we give the reference, what is a bibliography, what is a citation, what is a reference list, because these things will help me to understand, because these are the same terms that Mendeley will also use. So it is required that I should be very much clear about that what these terms are. Many of you must be knowing about these terms. I'm not saying that it's something you're about, just explaining what these terms are. So basically, when it comes to the reference, knowing about these terms, I'm not saying. Yes, whenever we are citing anything in the paper, or we are claiming anything, any argument in the paper, so it is expected that okay, you should cite it, you should support it with the help of any already published research or any published document is there. So what reference basically means that it is a short description of that contain the information about the source. We all know that when we are writing any scientific document, I'm not referring to any newspaper article or any other. I'm just referring to the scientific article, not generally in the sciences, but it can be social sciences or anywhere. So yes, we have to consult, we have to use number of sources. So when the reference is there, it is just a short description of the source. If later on somebody wants to, let us say, access that information, access that source, or you want to check it, whether it is authentic or not, whatever you have cited or not. So in that case, we give the address. So simply a reference is the address of your source. And we just, with the help of, we are helping the others that they can find that source. Moreover, we are acknowledging the work of others. I'm not claiming that whatever I'm saying in my paper, in the introduction section or in the review section, it is said by me, but I say, okay, it's not from my side. It is somebody has already conducted the research. I'm just quoting it here. So we have, this is a simple example, right? All the time we have seen that, okay, this is where you will find the author name, year, name of the journal, name of the title, on which page it has been published, which volume, which number. So that basic information is generally, you can say, given in the reference. Okay. Now, the reference list is, yes, it is when at the end of the paper, right, we give the all references, detail of all the references arranged at the end of the paper, that will become your reference list. So generally, it depends on in which discipline you are. Either if in the law, then usually we do use the footnote or endnotes. But if I'm from a, let us say, management background, so we always give it at the end of the paper as a reference list. So it is a complete list. Anything you have cited in the paper, right? Because we will talk about the citation as well. Anything you have cited in the paper, you source you have used it, you are giving the complete list of that, right? So yes, another term similar to this one is bibliography. So basically, bibliography includes all the sources, irrespective of whether you have used those sources in the paper or not, right? It is very general, common term that we are using, reference list and a bibliography. In the reference list, we include anything which I have cited in my paper. So we give the detail at the end of the paper. Right? When it comes to the bibliography, it is a list of we have cited in the paper or we have just consulted. We haven't cited anything in the paper, but we have consulted, and that is included as a part of bibliography as well. It includes reference list plus the consulted sources. But as any standard journals, what they want, they don't want bibliography. Bibliography is basically used for your thesis purpose, but they want the reference list because they have that limit of papers, pages. So they don't give us whatever you have consulted, give us only those references which you have cited in the paper. Now, when I'm using this word, the cited, what does it mean here? We call it as a citation. You always must have seen that, okay, when this is a paper, if I'm writing something here, right? So at the end of one line or two lines, you generally find something written here that's saying 2020, right? Or if we are using a different style, then sometimes you use the one only, right? And yes, then at the end of that paper, we write its complete source, saying paper, journal, everything. If it is a one, then what one means here in terms of references here. Okay? So this part, which is a very short, generally with the surname of the author, surname and year, or it is just a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is called as a citation. In-text citation generally we term use here. So it is citation or in-text citation. You see in this example, it is my body of the paper. So I was writing something and this is what the citation I have given here. So, and many times we are confused that this citation, right? This citation, what will be the surname, what will come first, or how to write it? Should I give the number or should I give the full name? So, but we have this Mendeley, it will take care of all these things. Right? Okay. So let me just proceed further here. Is a citation. Then now you see why today we all are here, why I always refer to my scholar that please, whenever you start your PhD, don't start your PhD without Mendeley. Install or open an account with the Mendeley, which is free of cost, right? And then start working in this one. So even today, if I have to start any paper, I start the paper from the Mendeley till it is completed, submitted, and I also share it through the Mendeley. Means all the times I'm there in the Mendeley itself when I start any paper. So it is my suggestion to the PhD scholars that from day one, if you haven't so far created your account on Mendeley or you haven't installed the Mendeley, so please do it. It will be very useful because at the end of your PhD thesis, you will see the most difficult time. I think I can see few senior faculty members are there in this webinar. they must know the pain of managing the bibliography. Because sometimes we say, okay, we will do it at the end, but we know that how difficult it is. Those who managed it manually, they know, they will understand, they will realize the importance of the Mendeley here. I'm not talking about the budding researcher because they haven't managed the references manually. They may take it just as another software, but those people who already experience the pain of managing the references manually, they will like it. Now you see what are the common styles of the references. It depends on your discipline, whether you are from sciences or from your social sciences. It can be author dated style or it can be in the footnote, right? So, for example, these are the different styles, and all these styles are available. You have to tell to the Mendeley that I want to use this style. So, what the common difficulties we are facing when we are managing the references manually? Okay, the first thing that scientific writing not mean actually the sciences, it include any discipline. It's a iterative process. We know that sometimes we have to add the citations, sometimes we have to delete the citations, right? So we have to keep the track all the time, whether any change I have made it in the citation, whether that has been incorporated in the end references or not. Sometimes what happens that we delete the citation from our original paper, but we forget to delete it from the list itself, the ending list or the reference list itself. Again, that gives a very bad impression to the reviewers or to the editors that, okay, we don't know from where this reference is there because it is not been used in the paper itself. So it means that all the time it's the adding of the references, deletion of the references. Okay? So our focus should on be there to the point, right? And how to use the volume number or pages number. Okay? So we have to again and again refer to the APA style book or other referencing styles which are given. So very difficult for me to remember each and everything. Should it be in the italics? Should the bracket be there after the author or not? Where we should give the year? Should be the end or should be after the author? So many things are there. Not possible for me to remember all the things of all the referencing styles there. But here, things are very simple. It will take care of this one. Sometimes we have to use the abbreviations, as I said, at all, or names and surnames, which is basically in the Chinese author, we confuse which is surname, which is the name, then again we create a wrong bibliography. Yes, another problem that we are facing that we have nowadays number of sources are available. You cite the books, you cite the blogs, you cite the YouTube videos, you have to cite the software, you have to cite, of course, the journals and other articles. But how to write and references for each source is different. The style of writing the reference is different. So again, that creates sometimes problem. And I will be wasting the time on this one to searching for that if I have to cite a YouTube video, then how to cite it. If I have to cite a newspaper article, then how to cite it. At maximum, what we know how to cite a journal, how to cite a book, or how to cite a website, not more than this. But there are hundreds of sources which we have to cite or are today available. Then how to write the bibliography or reference for that, that again it becomes challenges. Right? So, but the last and very important thing, where again this Mendeley will help you. Sometimes what happens that I submitted an article, let us say with one reference style, with let us say X reference style, I submitted with the journal. Now journal, let us say, rejected my paper. Okay? They didn't accept my paper. And now what I'm trying to send the same same paper to the Y journal. Right? But here it was you can say APA style, right? It was a APA style, but now this journal is wants that okay, you should write in the HBR or Harvard Review your reference. अब उस style में लिखो, या MLS style में you give, या any other Vancouver style में you have to give the references. So now what I will do, for me the major problem is to convert my old style, APA style, to any new style. Because if I have given, let us say, 50 or 100 references, So you see how much time it will take to convert each and every in-text citation as well as the citations given at the end of the paper. It's very difficult for me. So sometimes I think that, okay, no, I will not send the paper. I will send my paper only to those journals where AP style is accepted, not other journals. Just to avoid it, that I don't want to make the changes in the references section. But we have this solution here as well. With one click, you can convert the reference style to any of the style, APA to HBR, APA to Vancouver, any style. You only need to press one button and your style will be converted to that one. All the references, doesn't matter 100 references, 200 references, or in-text, including the in-text citations. Okay, so we have this Mendeley to solution to all these problems, right? So it has been already said what it does, what is the purpose of Mendeley, right? So I'm not going into that. So basically, what we can do with the Mendeley, I'm just citing few things here, writing few things here, that you can even search for the papers using this Mendeley platform. You can organize your literature very systematic way. You can organize it on a paper wise or on a section wise. Let us say I want paper in my introduction section, paper by methodology section, papers for my discussion section. I can organize that way. I can organize it in a project basis. That is my project one. I can insert the paper. So you can easily. It is once you open your Mendeley, everything will be clear which paper is where, and I can easily find it. And similarly, easy retrieval. This is the problem which I discussed in the beginning, that okay, you can easily retrieve the literature. You can easily just either way of searching or going to the different folders, you can just have that paper which you have saved in. And of course, citation and sharing, I have just discussed that for this purpose, we can use it. Okay, but how to start working with this one? This was just a basic introduction about this references, bibliography, what the Mendeley can done or can do for you. So, but if I have to work with the Mendeley, then how to start? From where to start here? Now, actually, Mendeley is available in two versions. Right? Mendeley Desktop. Now they are calling it as a reference manager. Right? So these two were either Mendeley Desktop or Mendeley Online. Right? So first, very important thing, you have to create an account. I will tell you, I will just switch to now website. You create your account with the Mendeley. This is called as a Mendeley Web or Mendeley Online. And then download it to the desktop and start working in the desktop. Basically, what I want to say here, you have the option. Either you can work in Mendeley Desktop or you can work in Mendeley Web or Mendeley Online. So whatever you will add, anything delete, that will be reflected in the desktop version. If you will add any changes in the desktop version, that will also be available in the online version. For example, unfortunately, let us say my desktop is crashed, my laptop is crashed, and it has the papers for my 2 to 3 years of my PhD work. Then no need to worry about, because you have the Mendeley, so all the papers will be saved online. All the papers are available online, so no need to worry about. If you are going outside, let us say out of station, you are not with your desktop or laptop, right? So then on any computer, you can open the Mendeley Web and you will be able to see your paper, you will be able to read your paper there as well. Okay, so nowadays what this Mendeley or elsewhere is suggesting, that instead of using the Mendeley Desktop, you should prefer using the Mendeley Online. Even in today's session, what I will show you how to work in the Mendeley Web or Mendeley Online. Right? Because yes, same thing is replicable to the Mendeley Desktop as well. You just download it, install it, and whatever work you have done on the Mendeley Online, that will be available there. So what I will, because it has more features, Mendeley Online has more features vis-a-vis our desktop version is concerned. Right? Okay, so let me take you to the website. so that we can now start learning that how to work with this one, right? So just to create it, because I asked here in the beginning that okay, you have to create an account with the Mendeley itself, right? So simply search the Mendeley here. So now you will see this website is here, right? Mendeley.com. So I'm just sharing this link in the chat window. If this link later on you want to save it, you can save it. I've just shared the link there. So you see, if I will just open the Mendeley reference manager, so it will ask you to create an account here. Although in my case, it is saying that, okay, the account is already created, but let me take you to, okay, just let me open it in incognito window so that it's clear. Okay, we are here. So this is the interface that it will be visible to you, even you haven't created the account there. So now you see here, this is all introduction to the Mendeley itself here, and this is what you can download the Mendeley desktop or Mendeley reference manager, because now they have changed the name to the Mendeley reference manager. You can download it from here. And if you want to create the account, right, you just click on this one, create a free account. As I told you that it is free of cost, create a free account. So just create an account and provide the relevant information, right? Provide the relevant information. It will ask you mail ID and with more information. Just complete your account by using this one. And because you have to download the desktop version as well, when you will download the desktop version, let me just take you back to the same page, right, where we were here. So you just download it from here. The first time when you will install it on your desktop. It will ask you to log into that software. So which mail ID you have used here to create the account, the password you have used to create the account, use the same password and mail ID to access your Mendeley desktop. It will look like something like this one. When you will open in the desktop, here it is something like this one. But I'm not going to work here because I don't know when they will say that okay, desktop version is not available. Only you have to work online. But I will also suggest you that you should start working online, not in this offline version or in a desktop version. Okay, so we have, let us say, created an account, right? We have downloaded it and we have logged into the Mendeley desktop. So up to here, the steps are clear, very simple. So once you will log into the online, you type the Mendeley.com and log into this Mendeley, right? The way here it is, you can see here, this one, sign in. Once you create your account, you sign in to the Mendeley. After signing in, you will reach here on this page. Right? This will be the interface of online Mendeley. Here you see there are 3 tabs. At the top, you can see the 3 tabs are there. One is search, second is the library, another is my account with the Mendeley itself. Okay. Now you see by default, it will take you to the search. We will talk about it later on, but briefly let me tell you that you can also use the Mendeley for the searching purpose. The way we are using the Scopus or Web of Science, because similarly we can also use the Mendeley for searching the papers, even downloading the paper. If the papers are available in the open source, you can also download those papers. But no, we will come to this later on. Let us go to the second one. Now, this is the place where everything, you have to work here in the library. Maybe the case of adding of the papers, right? Or creating a references, bibliography, whatever you want, you will work here in the library section. Okay? So let me click on this library section. And now what it will show you, if you are a first time user, it will not show you anything here, right? It will not show anything here. It is totally blank. But because I am a frequent user of this one, Mendeley, so that is why it is showing me so many things are here, my papers and other things here. But let's try to understand this interface, what it is all about. And you see here, it has self-explanatory things are there. You can easily learn. Right? Okay, we have this section. This section is here. This is called as the smart collection. I will talk about what does it mean here. This is a smart collection, right? This section. This is my customized collection. We will talk about this one, customized collection. And this is a detail of your papers, right? Detail of your library. And we have this section, add new, and few more sections are there. This is, and you can see search and filters. So these are the main sections of Mendeley library when you will open it for the first time. Right? Okay, let me just show you how to start working here in this one. Let me show you कि आपके केस में पता क्या होगा? What will happen there? How it will look like, right? Okay, let me just don't pay attention what I'm doing here, because what I want that it should be from the scratch. It's now you see it. This is what will be there in your case. Now, what is the first thing which we have to do here, the Mendeley? Now you see, go back to that how you are working till date, or previously how did you work when you're downloading the literature or you are managing this one. One way, yeah, that okay, you have already saved the data somewhere on your desktop in a PDF form. Right? This is what generally we do. We download the paper, we put it in a folder, right? So what the first step of the starting with the Mendeley is, we have to bring the papers or all the literature here in the library itself, right? Here in the library, right? So now you see how to bring it to the library here, how to bring it to this one. You click here, you see here, this is the add new button. For example, let me just show you what I'm going to do. For example, I have these papers, right? I have downloaded from Scopus, not Scopus, from the proper journal website or from any other platform. Let us say these are the papers with me. Now I want to bring these papers here in the library of the Mendeley. So one way is there. Click on this add new. You see here, what is the first option here? File from your computer. So we understand it. If I will click on this one, so I have to tell to the Mendeley, right, that okay, where that file is saved, on my desktop. So what I will do here, I will just see that there was folder on my desktop called Mendeley. In the Mendeley, there is a folder paper, and in this paper, this is a paper which I want to bring. You can select multiple papers. Let us say 2-3 papers I have selected, and click on this open button. And you see what will happen here. All these 3 papers are imported here. Very simple, super simple. That okay. Just the way we are attaching the file with the mail ID or sending the mail, it is that simple. But interesting thing, the very interesting thing which you will appreciate here, that what the Mendeley done or here, you see, I have just attached the file. I have just opened the file, these papers, right? Nothing else. But you see here, Mendeley automatically know that who is the author of this paper or are the authors of this paper. This information is automatically captured from that paper. It captured that, okay, it was published in 2020. This is the title of the paper. This is the journal of the paper. And when it was added, and this is the file that we have added. It means, I think this is the thing that is required to create a reference list. So my purpose was only to tell where that file is there. I haven't typed anything here. I haven't written anything there. It is automatically fetched from the data by the Mendeley. For all the papers here, you can see it. So this is first way if you have the data in the PDF form. But sometimes what happens, that data is not available all the times in the PDF. Sometimes it is, let us say, available, if let us say it is, I'm just referring to, let us say Google Scholar. Right? Let me just quickly go. I'm just talking about here the Google Scholar, and let me just search any paper here, right? Let's say one paper is here. Right? Let me click on your. This paper has PDF, but it will not work here. Make it. This is the first way that you have the downloaded paper, but the second way here is to add the entry manually. Add the entry manually. It means that, okay, in this case, what I have to do here, I have to type the author's name, I have to type all the details of the journals. But again, here we have, if I will click on this one, if you don't have these three things, इनमें से अगर एक भी आपके पास है, PubMed ID, DOI है पेपर का और this ID is there, फिर तो easily entry हो जाएगी. But otherwise, then you have to manually add the title of the paper, author, and I think maybe one time or two times in your entire PhD you will use this option to add the entry manually. Otherwise, we only download and bring this paper. This option you will use mostly. Right? But see here, in any case, let us say you have, I have one paper here. I'm just searching for. Let me go to this one. Let me just open one paper here. If I will go to, let us say, Mendeley search. Sorry. I'm just going to this Mendeley search is here. Okay. Just give me a second. Because what I want to show here, because this is what most of the time is available. For example, I'm searching for now you see in this case, right, let me just click on this journal here. You see here, I have to, let us say no PDF, nothing is available with me, but only this reference or abstract is available, because sometimes we also use abstract. So in this case, let us say you have this DOI is there. Just copy this DOI of any paper. You copy this one, and I want to, let us say, add this paper, the future of social media marketing, in my you can say library of the Mendeley. So what I will do here, I will just simply paste that DOI here. Simply paste DOI here. You see here, I haven't written title, journal, which journal, nothing is there. And click on this search button. Click on this search button and see what will happen here. What has happened here? It has detected that this DOI has a title of this one, the future of media marketing. These are the authors. This is a year, paper, journal, as well. So even if you will give the DOI to the Mendeley, it will automatically create the reference. If I want to add it, I will click on this add entry, and you see what has happened. It is added here. It will be added here in the reference manager. You see here at the top, it will be added somewhere. Right? So this is how you can say add the papers to the Mendeley itself. Right? So we are not clear about this function of this add button. Right? Otherwise, you can simply drag and drop as well. The easiest way which you can do here, let us say these three papers are there, right? I want to bring these three papers to the Mendeley. You simply drag and drop, right? This option is also available. You simply drag and drop here. Just drop it here. You see here, all these three papers will also be added to this. That is so simple. If you are happy with the drag and drop only, and all detail is automatically created. Okay. Now, side by side, you see, we have to understand this. This is called a smart collection. Smart collection here means a reference, this manager, Mendeley, will automatically classify your papers. It will see, if you will click on this, all references from the day you installed this Mendeley or you started working in all will be here. You can see here, which we have just, these are the references we have just added, but you see all my previous paper project, all the references are available here, right? So in this one, this is all. If I want to see the recently added, if I will click on this one, it will show me the last, you can say, couple of days references, it will show me here. So recently read, okay, favorite or my publication, we will talk about this one. So let me just go to the references here, which we have just added to this one. Okay. Another thing here, when you see, we have the section here at the top with all the references here, but here you can see two additional things are there. One here is a green thing, another is a star. You see, sometimes we are working on the base papers, right? We know that, okay, this is my base paper and I have to refer to this paper all the times. Or this is my favorite paper, I will go to this paper again and again. But can you imagine when I have 400 papers here, don't you think it will be difficult for you to find out which one or which are your favorite papers in this entire collection? So what you can easily do, you can just put a star. You put a star and this way it will become your favorite paper. And all your papers will automatically be classified here under the favorites. If I will click on this favorites, you see here, all my favorite papers are listed here, including these three, which I have just marked here. So easy way, from all the references, you want to shortlist few of the papers, which again and again you are using in your search or you are referencing. You must have seen that sometimes there are few papers, frequently we have to use it in the methodology section. For example, Cronbach alpha paper is there, right? Or any structured equation modeling related paper is there. So all the times in all the papers I have to use the reference of that. So why can't you make it here as a favorite paper? Whenever I have to use it, I will click on this one and that paper will also be there, right? So this is the role of this favorite section here. Other thing is here, you can click here, this unread paper. Now I want, because there are few papers when I'm adding, I want to know how many papers I have already read and how many papers are still pending, which I have to read. Yeah? So this green signal says that, okay, this paper you haven't read it. So, but if let us say I have read it, you notice here, because I have to mark these paper as a, you see here, for example, this is a paper, as of now, it is saying that, okay, you have to read this paper. But let us say I have read this paper, yeah, by opening this paper and other. So what I can do, I can select it here and see here at the bottom, few more options are appearing. I can mark it as a favorite. Okay, here this option is not there. But okay, you can just, not from here, you can just click on this option, read option, right? This one, read, or it will be marked there. Okay, this way I have the full track of that, which paper I am reading or which paper I am not reading, right? Let me just go back to the library. Okay, let me just little bit down it here. Okay, now we are here only. Let me again go back to the all references section. Now I want to know about little bit about this paper, or simple thing. What is the next step? Let us say you have imported all the papers, you have all the papers are here. Then what is the next step? Of course, the next step here is that I have to read these papers, right? Obviously, I have to read these papers. So what I will do here, if I will have a single click on this one, you see here, a new pop-up will appear. I'm just repeating it. If you will click a single click on this one, a new pop-up will appear, which has this type of pop-up. It has three sections: information, annotations, and a notebook. We will talk about these, what these all three are. Right? Okay, let me just again bring to this one. Under the information section, it is all. It is the title of the paper, who is the author, and file, which file is attached to this one, its ISS number. Every detail is related to this paper is automatically taken here. Now, what is the purpose of this one? If in any case you think that, okay, the title is not the correct, or few more errors are there. For example, you see that, okay, I think that, okay, the author name is not correctly fetched here. There is some error. So you can always change this one, but 99% it will be the correct one. But in any case you want, you can also change the title here. That will be final for all your references here. I will talk about these tags later on. PG, what are the tags here? Okay, now let us go to this one, that I want to read this paper. Obviously, when it is there without reading, it will not serve any purpose. So what I will do here, I will double click on this paper. So it will open a paper here in a PDF form, right? In any form or a PDF form, right? Which is available. So now you see it, right? This paper is there. I'm just, I can read this paper, and similarly, if I have any other paper, so for example, this paper, let me open this paper, double click on this one, and yes, it will also open that paper. So I'm ready to read this paper. Now, what generally we do, when we are or while we are reading the paper, okay, ऐसा तो नहीं होता कि that okay, you keep on reading. You have to make some notes. You have to highlight some parts of that paper. So that provision is also available here. For example, I will say, okay, I want to make sure that this highlight button is pressed here. What do? You just click on here and highlight this part, let us say, right? So it is now marked as red, right? It means that this is highlighted part. Whenever I come back to this paper, it will be shown as a highlighted part. But if I want to write something, you can also add a sticky note. Sticky note here means okay, this paper, let us say this part is good for my, let us say, introduction. Let us say introduction. I have just put it here. So now this is added to here, because now let us say after 1 month or after 2 months, when I will come back to this paper, so I will see I wrote something. What is this? I will click on this one. It will show me that okay, this is good for your introduction. So I will use it somewhere, right? Whenever I will work here. Okay, so this way, when you are reading the papers, you have to highlight the paper, highlight any important part of this paper, whatever you want. For example, I will say here, you see this part. We already know about this one, right? Info. But let us say in this paper, I have given 4 or 5 annotations. 4 or 5 annotations. Let's make one more annotation here, right? And just write a sticky note. I will say this is my sample argument. Let me just sample argument I will give here. Okay, you see these all things are also stored somewhere else as well. If I will open this page, instead of going through the page, I will just notice through the annotations. The information we done through the annotation, you can check it what I have highlighted in this paper. What is important in this paper? You see here. Click on this annotation. You see here. It is showing me 2 annotations. This part is good for my introduction. This is good for sampling. What I can do quickly, I can just click on here. It will take me to exactly to the place there where I have marked this introduction, marked this, highlighted the text of this one. I no need to read it, no need to find where I have written. You open the annotation, I will see, okay, I wrote something related to the sample. What I will do, I will click here and see what will happen. It will take me to that particular section or a particular highlighted part of the paper where I have mentioned it. So this I will read it and I can just use this part later on as well. Right? So this is how it is, you can say, useful while reading and making the annotations for this one. I will talk about notebook later on, but let us stick to this one. Now it is easy for me. See here. Otherwise, what I would have done, I will read it, I will take a notebook, and then notebook is I will write something there. But again, there is no connection that whatever I have written here in my physical notebook, it relates to which paper, where it was noted, which was the highlighted part. But here you have the complete information. You go to the annotation and see, okay, which part you have highlighted, what was the purpose of highlighting the part, what you have written here. So that will be automatically available here within that paper. So that way, very easy to retrieve the paper. So you notice this thing. Let us say I have 50 papers, and out of the 50 papers, in let us say 10 papers, I have noted down this one. I will talk about the sample. Or you are developing any concept, right? Any concept you are developing, you want the data from here, from the papers. So you just give the annotation and directly go to that link or that specific place where that particular part is written there, because you have already highlighted this one. So important thing, don't forget to highlight anything which is important from your thesis or important from your paper point of view, because I have to come back and I have to retrieve it. Okay, this is a part of the annotation. Okay, so I will talk about a notebook kya hai, what is the purpose of this notebook. But as of now, remember that this annotation is always attached to a specific paper. For this paper, this is the annotation. If I will open a new paper, there will be the new annotation. I can access the annotation only from that paper. It is linked to this paper only. I can't say, show me the annotation of paper number 5 and I will be able to access it here. No, I have to create the annotation here. For example, this is the paper here. This paper is the second paper, right? Or for this purpose, I will create a new annotation here. I will, let us say, highlight this part and create a sticky note. Yes, if you want to even change the color, you can also change it. It depends on you, which highlighted color you want to change. So let me just make it a sticky note, and I will say I will use this paper in the discussion of my paper, discussion section of the paper, right? So it is saved. It's already saved here. You go to this section, information, right? And from the information you see here, one comment is already there. What this comment is all about? This is this one. It is taking me directly to that place. Somewhere I'm just in the middle of, I'm just taking big time here because this is a very important section. Let us say this one. I will put a sticky note here, right? Right click. You have to click a right click sticky note. I will say this is my method section. It is important. Anything. I'm not saying it is up to you what you want to return. What is important for you, but I'm just referring to the methodology section that it is for the method section. I will use this part here. Okay. Now you see I'm here in this paper I just opened. I will see, okay, where is my method section which I have noted in this one. Click here on the method section. You see it will take you directly to there where you have highlighted. So this is the power of this annotation part of this one. Okay, now let's go. At any time you want to go to the back to the library, click on this library button, which is always there. So library, you are back to the library itself. This is again we are going back to this one. Okay, now as I said that it is used for the purpose of you can easily search for the papers. Yes, you can also use this option, search paper. You search anything within these papers. You can search for any author. You can search for any. I can see. Let us say how many. Show me the paper on digital marketing. If it is there in my library, click on this one. It is showing me here all the papers related to the digital marketing are available in my library. So you can easily search from here which paper. Right? Okay, this another option we have, this filter option. Filter option. Let us say you want to see author wise. Author wise. Let us say show me all the papers of this this year author. You click on this one. It is showing, okay, this is the paper related to this author. So it is up to you, right? Which author you want to look for. Let us say I want to see. I forget that I included 3 papers of let us say this researcher, but show me only those 3 papers. You click on this. Make sure you are under the author tab. Click here and see. It is showing me, okay, this is the paper for this one. Okay, another important thing that I must explain here is the tags. You can also use the tags for the filter purpose. First, let us see what are the tags. You see here, whenever we are opening any paper, let me just delete this filter, going back to all the references here. Okay, let me just, yeah. Okay, so this is a paper, right? And this is under the information section. You see here, abstract is available and any keywords are not available. But you see here, there is one option tag. What are the tags? Tags are basically you attach few keywords to this paper. you attach few keywords to this paper so that in future, whenever you use those keywords or tags, so you can easily search for those papers. कई बार होता है ना कि sometime कि यार मैं how will I remember this paper? For example, this is a paper. How will I remember this one? Okay? I will say they just conducted a research on JBR. So what I will do here, I will just put a tag here as a JBR. In future, doesn't matter whether 1,000 papers are there. If I will search it with the tag JBR, because I know that I want to search for a paper of JBR, then yes, easily I can do this one. So suppose this is my first tag, and I want to add one more tag to this one. Use this tag. I will say this is related to, let us say, bibliography. Let me just add one more tag. Let us say it is related to bibliography. I have added a second tag. And we are back. I am opening, let us say after a week, this medley I am opening. I have started writing something. But I don't, I want to search that paper. यहाँ पे कोई JBR लिखा था मैंने, I wrote bibliography there. So now you can again go to the filter, and instead of using the authors, because very difficult to remember all the authors, you can use the tag option here. Click on this tag button. These are all my tags created here, but you will see the tag which I have used, the JBR is also visible. Click on this JBR. Now you see. It is showing me the same paper here where I attach this tag of JBR. It is also showing me that, okay, you also attach the tag of bibliography as well. It will show me this one. Right? Let me show you from the previous paper. I used, let us say, tag ATM or internet banking tag I used. Click on this one. It is showing me this is the paper. It can be, you can attach one tag to the multiple papers, right? To the multiple paper, and all the papers will be available here if you are using this tag option in this one. So this is the purpose of the tag. Another important thing here, as of now, you see that if I am using only all the references here, right? So it is not easy for me to identify that which paper is related to my which particular project, thesis, or if I am working simultaneously on two papers, I'm not clear what papers are there related to paper number 1 or paper number 2. It's not clear to me, this one. So by default, all papers go to the reference section, all references. But if you want, you can create the folders for a new paper or the sections of your thesis. For example, if you are working on a thesis, you can see I have this introduction folder or introduction collection, or this which contains all the paper related to the introduction. Second collection can be, collection means the folder. Collection means the folder. Second collection may be related to the research methods, or if you are working on, let us say, 3 projects, and you can see the way I have made the collection. This is my one paper. I was working on ad skepticism. So I put all the papers there. If I will click on there, it is showing me all the papers there. I was working on this Fulbright fellowship. I just created this collection here. Now all the papers are working. All the papers are available related to this particular project are available here. Similarly, I was working on ICSSR. All the papers are here. Any Jan Dhan Yojana project, all the papers are here. So this way, it will help you to organize your literature better. What you have to do to create any new collection. Again, what the collection means here? Collection means here your folder. You click here. For example, let us say this is my workshop, HP workshop. For demo purpose, let us say I'm just creating this folder. Just write this one and press enter. You see here this collection is created. If I will click on this one, it is blank because I have not added any paper so far. But again, question how to add this to paper, these ones. अब आपके mind में आ रहा है, collection is there, but all papers are here under the reference section. All papers are under the reference section. Then how to transfer these papers to newly collection or newly folder. So let us say we have just created these papers. These papers we have just inserted for this workshop purpose. So notice here, when I'm highlighting or clicking these papers, clicking on these papers, at the bottom, few more options are appearing. One option is the organize. One option is the organize. If you click on this organize, you will see it is saying add to the collection. Add to collection. Which collection? If I will click on this add to collection, it is asking me, showing me all my collections. It is asking me to which collection I should add. So you see here, you will find this HP workshop. Okay? I will, or you can add more than one, but I want to add to this section only. Click on this add option here. Right? Click on this add. Now these paper will be added to this HP workshop. Right? So okay, let me just see whether, because maybe it may be time here, but as of now, let me just check it whether these papers are available. Okay, it will take a bit time, right? Because it has to sync with, but my all papers are will be added to this workshop. Sorry, HP workshop folder. Or simple way, you can even drag and drop. You just drag and drop it to the HP workshop, and you will see this paper will also be. This paper is now available here, right? It is also available in this section. And this is how you can organize into different folders or collections, depending upon your thesis, papers, or any other project here. But remember one thing, it will not be removed from the reference section. Your paper is still there in the all reference section, but the copy of the paper is made to this folder. Right? This is another thing. Don't worry about this one, whether my paper will be removed from here. If it is going here, it is here as well as it is here in this section only. Okay, so this was a bit about that how we are working. You can say we are creating the collection, we are reading the papers, we are making the annotations, and everything is there. Now let us say you have now started writing your paper. Right? For example, I'm just using the Word here, MS Word here, to write my, because actually we have to create the references there. We have to create the citation there. Right? So now I'm just opening the Word, and we will start writing. Because now what are the two important things which I have to do here? I have to give the in-text citation and I have to create the bibliography. So let me just have some random content here. Let me just, okay. It is not related to the Mendeley. I'm just creating the random text here, right? Where to, something like this one. Okay. Suppose this is my text. Let us make it little bit. It should look like a paper, right? So this is my paper, right? And here it is my, let's see. I'm just using, don't see, we have to use it. I'm just, so that it should look like a paper. Okay, this is my paper, right? So what usually we do, so I'm writing, let us say I have written this line or these lines, let us say up to here I have written. Now I want to give the citation here, in text citation. Who is there, from where I'm just using this argument or I'm supporting anything there. Now for this purpose, right? For this purpose, what you have to do, first of all, you have to install a Mendeley site. अब एक नई चीज आ गई, प्लीज ध्यान रखना है. Mendeley site, where it is available. Right? If I will say, let me see whether it will be. I will share the link otherwise. Right? So you see, yeah, I'm just sharing this link and save this link somewhere because you are going to use here Mendeley site. So here it is saying get the Mendeley site. Get the Mendeley site. Click on this Mendeley site. So it will ask you. Right? It will ask you. Good thing to know that okay, it's free. Everything is free. What we are discussing here. So it will say you get now, but you should have an account with the Microsoft. Microsoft free. The way we are creating the account with the Google, same way we can create the account with the Microsoft. ये पूछेगा आपको गाइड कर देगा कि कैसे अकाउंट क्रिएट करना. You can even use the Google ID. No need to create a Microsoft ID. You can use the Google ID to create an account on the Microsoft, because only then you will be able to download it. Right? For example, I will say get it. Click on this get it. And okay, so it will take me to the login page of this. To see here, it is saying me आपने login करना to the Microsoft. If you have the account with the Microsoft, it is there, but I have already account. That is why it will directly take me to this one. So when you will create an account, log in to the Microsoft, so you will reach on this page. Simply, what you have to do, you have to simply click on this open in Word. That's all. Open in Word, it will automatically install, it will work, nothing more. Iske baad, I don't think there is any click. Click it open in the Word, and it will be installed to your Word. अगर आप Mac में use कर रहे हो, कहीं भी use कर रहे हो, तो then it will guide you accordingly. But it is must that we have to install this Mendeley site plugin for this one. How do I know whether Mendeley site is available or not, whether it is installed here or not? What you can do, you will check it from the reference section. Check it from the reference section. Click on this references, and you see here. In the last part, we have this Mendeley site is there. It means I have successfully installed the Mendeley to the Word. It's not a difficult process, but you have to create an account with the Microsoft. If already you are using the Microsoft team, no issue. You will be easily able to use it or download it, but it is must. Otherwise, you won't be able to use this one. Okay, now my Mendeley site is ready. I have already installed it. Okay. So first time you will click on this one, right? So it will ask you to log in. You पूछेगा आपसे अपना login, which login? The Mendeley login, not a Microsoft. Mendeley को login account you have created, then it will ask you to log in, and just log in there. Right? Okay, now let me just click here, close it. So this is what we are. What I was talking about is I have to insert a citation here, in text citation. What you will do here, you click on this Mendeley site. Click on the Mendeley site. It will open, it will replicate what is exactly there in my online account. Same thing is going to happen here, right? It will open me. You see here, it is showing me all my folder. If you still remember that what we did there, you know, all folders were there, all references recently under Adscape books or this HP workshop, right? Which we have just created. So everything is available in the Word itself, right? So suppose I'm there in the, I want to go for a specific reference, which I want to cite here. So what you can do, if you know the name of the author, right? You search for anything. Search for that reference. Okay. Let me just search for this one. Anything, because I have to know either title is known to me. I can search it with, you can say, anything. You can search with author, search with any keyword, right? Or if you know that my all references are here under this one, under any paper, let us say, I will say, my references are here under ICSR project. Right? So in this case, you see it is listing down. Let us say I want to cite this paper. Just check this paper. And what you have to do, I think now it's clear. Insert one citation. Insert one citation. Click on this one and see what will happen here. If I will zoom here, see what has happened here. In-text citation is automatically added. हमने कुछ नहीं किया, nothing. I have just selected their citation and just inserted it here. Right? Okay. Suppose I am here. I want to cite more citation here. Let us say up here, I want to give the in-text citation by using, let us say I want to use this paper. I want to use this paper. You can select multiple papers, not an issue, right? Not an issue. And I want to use this book or this paper. Now I have just selected 3 articles from here, and I want to give the citation here, in-text citation here. So it is saying, okay, you have selected 3, insert the 3 citations. Click on this, insert 3 citations. And see what has happened here. See what has happened here. It has automatically included all my 3 sections. It will take care of at all लगाना है, नहीं लगाना है, and लगाना है, क्या लगाना है, how many author I have to say, where the year will come. It is not headache of your Mendeley. I will not interfere in this one. Only I have to tell I want the citation for this paper. Right? If you have the folder, then it's fine. Otherwise, you can search in the all references section. You search anything here. For example, I think there was paper with the title of a digital commerce or a digital marketing. I say, okay, this is a paper which I want to cite. Click here. There it will cite now. Let us say I put the wherever you will put the cursor, it will cite it there. Insert the citation. Now see here, it has now inserted that citation as well. Morris's 2009. Fine. So see here how easy it is. Abhi tak, if you have noticed, I haven't typed anything as far as my references are concerned. We simply drag and drop the PDF to the Mendeley, right? All details were captured. Here, I am just clicking on this button, checking this button, and you see here, it is automatically typing my citation there. It is automatic. Let us say I want to give the citation here now. Click on, let me just select one paper, this one, or one more paper, let us say this paper. Click on this insert citation. Now see here, my citation is now written here. So this way now you keep on typing open in the side panel, this Mendeley site, and it is easy. It is fun actually. It is fun that the way you were. No irritation will be there because you know that everything is available here. Only thing is insert the correct citation, correct paper here. Cite the correct paper which you want to cite here. अब इसके बाद जो बात आती है that is about कि चलो citation are done, but where is that bibliography, reference list जो end पे देते हैं. अब उसका क्या होगा, कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं कि कहीं वो कॉपी पेस्ट करके लिखनी पड़ेगी और I have to just copy paste drag and drop, कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं होगा. No, you will see the real power of Mendeley. इसको मैं इसको नीचे ले आता हूँ कि ये मेरा इस पेज के ऊपर अपने रेफरेंस लिस्ट बनानी है सारी. Now the reference list, it will make for all these citations which I have given there. So what you have to do here? Now look carefully what is going to happen here. Again come to the Mendeley site and check here more option. Under the more option, you have this insert bibliography. Insert bibliography. You have to simply press this button. Insert bibliography. Let us see. It is saying your bibliography will be inserted at the cursor of the location. ठीक है, हमें पता है कि you insert it here. This is my cursor. And click on this continue. Click on this continue and see what has happened. Don't you see that it is something amazing kind of thing here? That all my references are here. All the citation which I have just given there are here. It has automatically arranged alphabetically, all the detail, author, DOI, everything, whatever is there. It is now my complete reference. Now you see here, when there are 100 citations in a paper, how much time it has taken to me, or it will take to me. Only one click it has taken. I just go to the more and click on insert bibliography. All 100, 200, doesn't matter, is 300 references are there. These references will be inserted in the reference list. Still, can you say that I have typed anything? Nothing, right? We just drag and drop the things here, right? We just type our paper. Of course, we have to type our paper itself, but reference we haven't typed anything. You select here, insert it here, and again this one and insert it here. But a problem. Second thing, you see, in the beginning I was talking about is suppose you send a paper, but paper rejected. Now you want to send it to another paper. They are asking for a different style. This style is AP style, but they are asking for a different style. किसी और style में भेजो. कोई बात नहीं, no issue. We have Mendeley with us. What you have to do? Citation settings. Okay? 3 tabs. Citation setting. You see here, change the citation style. Change the citation style. Click on this one. Change the citation style. Here, world में जितनी भी citation use होती है, styles होती है, all are available here. Whether it's in Nature, Vancouver style है, any others. यहाँ पे if it is not listed, you can search for different style. For example, I will say I want to change this entire, all the reference to the Vancouver style. Click on this Vancouver. This is your job only. Click on Vancouver and see what will happen to this one. यहाँ पे this is AP style. Click on this Vancouver. And it's saying me at the bottom that update the citation. I will click on this one, update citation. Now see what has happened. It has automatically changed 1, somewhere 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let us see at the bottom things have been changed or not. Even at the bottom it has created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accordingly. Now as you see, don't need to worry about which citation style they are asking you to write it. You will select it from here. Okay, I say I want to send it to the nature. Click on this nature and update the style. It is changed accordingly. Nature में थोड़ा ये superscript में आता है, थोड़ा top पे लिखते हैं, right? इसने वही change कर दिया, right? That way it has changed. और इसमें एक और भी आता है कि sometimes I think this style is not in other languages. Let me just go back to the AP style. Or MLA style you can use. You can also use it in Hindi citation, I think. Earlier this was a problem that it is not working, but nowadays I think if you want to create a bibliography in Hindi, yes, you can create the bibliography in Hindi or Urdu. The languages are given there. So you can have multiple languages quoted. I think from India, if I am not wrong, only Hindi is quoted. There may be few more, I'm not sure about that. Right? So we have changed it. If not, it is this one. So this is, I hope now you are a bit, you can say, curious to learn about this more. You will learn about this more when you will actually apply it, use it. From the next onwards, any paper you are writing or any, if already working on theory, please bring all the data to the Mendeley first, then start work. Right? But one or two more things, because we are running short of time here. Quickly, let me tell you. That is also very useful kind of thing. We are back to our this library. Right? यहाँ पर एक आपको option दिखेगी. Let me just open all the references. Same paper. Let me open this one. Now there is one option here. This is very useful, because I haven't talked about this notebook. What is a notebook? Yes, as a researcher, I want some place where I can give my thoughts. I can write my thoughts about the paper or anything. A notebook, it is not specific to any paper. You try to understand the difference in annotation, right? यहाँ पे annotation is always attached to the paper. This annotation is only, you will not find this annotation anywhere else. It is related to this one. But notebook is a journal. If you are reading, let us say 5 papers, and you have some emerging thoughts related to your research, then you can put all these thoughts in the notebook. Let me show you how does it work. If I will click on this notebook, or you can click on notebook here as well. Let me click on this notebook. Let me first delete what it was. Okay. Now my notebook, as of now, nothing is there. Suppose I am just developing a concept, or I'm writing a concept on, let us say, fear of missing out, like FOMO, which we call it psychology or in the marketing. I'm writing on that. So you click on this new page, and give, let us say, these are my thoughts or related to the FOMO or what has been discussed here in the paper. Right? Suppose I will say, okay, I highlighted, let us say, this part. I am highlighted this part, right? When you highlight any part, if you click anywhere, it will ask you 2 options. Either you delete this or add to the notebook. I will say I will add this part to the notebook. You see, this part is added. And I want to summarize it. I want to write something. You can write anything here related to this one, your thought. This one. Okay, again I opened, let us say, one more paper here. Let us say, going to the library. Let us say I opened this paper. Right? And here I also noticed something. This is something important. I want to take it to the notebook. Click anywhere in between that highlighted part. Add to the notebook. It is also added here. and I want to write something related to this one. It is your option. You want to write or you don't want to write it here. So you are not creating. You are just extracting the text or extracting the information from all the papers at one place in the form of a notebook where the title is the form. Now see what is the use of this one. If I am there, you see here. Let us say after 1 month, again after 1 month, I am opening this library, and I started writing on, let us say, FOMO. I want to write on this FOMO in here in the Word file. I want to write about it. So, but I want to see what I have noted or what was the important in all the papers related to the FOMO. What you can do here, you click on this notebook. Okay. And this is my page. You can create multiple pages. This is my FOMO related. Click on this one. Okay. I noted that, okay, I noted this one, but I don't know which paper it was, where it was written, what was the context of this entire paragraph, right? So you see here, what you have to do, you click on this one. You click on this one. What it will do, it will take you directly, it will automatically open that paper and the place where it was highlighted. Now from there it has brought you to here. This was what you were referring here. Now you think why you written all these here. I want to also see this one. I don't know in which paper I have copied this one, which paper it was, but I will click here and see it will open exactly the same paper where it was highlighted. It is एक तरह आपने यहाँ पे कुछ highlight किया था. You know better. So this is the use of the notebook. Notebook is not attached to a single paper. Any thought that comes to your mind from the multiple papers, you can put it here in the notebook form here. So this was all about the notebook as well. Right? And the last thing, still we have 4 minutes, then we will take up the questions for. Now we have these groups as well. We have the groups. Let us say you and your supervisor or you and your scholar are working on a project. So in this case, you can create a group. So whatever he will add or she will add to the Mendeley will be visible to you. Whatever you will add, it will be visible to her as well. For example, I'm a part of this group. Whenever I, as a supervisor, I find any paper, relevant paper, I keep on adding to this one. And these papers are visible to my scholars as well. And whenever my scholar is there, he or she is adding something, it is also visible to me. And I can also have a track what type of literature she is reading, how many papers she has already read. So it is in that way it is very useful. Or you are, let us say, 4 authors, you are working on one paper, then you can create a group for these 4 and they will share all the papers at one place and it will be visible to all. If I will share, it will be visible to rest of the 3. If they are adding anything, that will be visible to me under that particular group. Just to create a group, you have this option, new group here. See here, new group. Again, let us say this is my HP group, right? Click on this one. So my group is created here, HP. So what you have to do, you have to just click on this manage the group. If you will click on the manage the group, and from here you can invite 50 members to this group. I don't know whether 50s are required or not. 50 members to this one. To invite the members, you have simply type their mail ID here. Type their mail IDs here and send the invite. They will receive the invite. They will join this group. Okay? Whatever they will add, I will add. It will be visible to each other. Not my rest of the papers, but only the papers available in this group, to which I am a part of this one. So this is another useful thing that we can also use in this one. Right? So this is all from my side. Now we can take up a few questions as well. Right? So let me see, somebody has raised the hand. Right? Okay, please, Sachin.
Yeah. Very good afternoon, sir. Thanks for this wonderful session.
Thank you.
My question is, suppose you have got 50 or 60 papers in your reference section in Mendeley, and you wish to export all these PDF files as just to save it somewhere else. We wish to export these 50 PDF files. Then what should we do? And how should we do?
either you can download, you can see all my papers are here, right? This one, right? Or you can use this option, export them. It will be there in a, you can say, PDF, sorry, in a bibliography format only. But otherwise, I can just download all these things here. I can download paper from here, right? So I understand what you are asking. That option is available under the desktop version. See? Under the desktop version, if I'm just showing you. So this option is here. It will tell you the place. No need to export. You can find that where all my papers are stored. So from there you can access those papers. And otherwise I can download. But in any case, I don't think that when everything is there on the cloud, still I need to save them somewhere else, or I have to download these ones. But as of now, what I can suggest you, either you can download from this section. Right? Otherwise, the bulk export, as of now, I don't think that it is available here. You can